This video will cover 15, 16, and 17 on the final exam review for Chapter 4. In 15, it wants me to find all the zeros by graphing. So I'm going to go ahead and take my graphing calculator and graph this function. So 2x to the fourth minus 22x squared plus 36. I might have to adjust my window. Now, my degree is 4, so I should expect there to be 4 zeros. And even though I can't see my whole function, I see that it crosses the x-axis 4 times. And so all my 4 zeros are there. I just need to go find them using second trace. And I'm going to use my zero feature. So I'll find the first one first. Use your left bound, right bound. Okay, it doesn't, let's see. Now that y value is so small, it's 0. So my first 0 is at -3. Find my second one. And my next one is at -1.41. My other one is at +1.41. And then my other one should be at +3, but it's always good if you're not sure. Just take the little bit of extra time and check, which is at 3. And that's all it asked me for, were the zeros. Number 16, I'm going to find the zeros, this time by factoring. Okay, so instead of graphing this, I'm going to factor. So think back to the previous problems, problems 7 through 11, where we factor. I'm going to first check to see if there's a greatest common factor that I can factor out. I can factor out a 5x. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm left with x squared plus x plus 12, or minus 12, sorry. Okay. So now I have to check to see if I can factor this any further. So I'll check using my Xbox method. A is 1, B is 1, and C is -12. Are there two numbers that multiply to get -12 and add to get 1? -3 and +4 work. So I'm going to rewrite this in fully factored form. This is the same thing as 5x times x minus 3 times x plus 4. Now these are the factors. Remember, to get your zeros, it's like you're taking these factors and you're setting up 3 mini equations. And you're solving each of those equations for x. So 5x equals 0, you would divide both sides by 5, but you'd still see that x is equal to 0. That's one of your zeros. When you solve this, you're going to add 3 to both sides, so x is equal to +3. And here you're going to subtract 4 on both sides, so you'll get x is equal to -4. All right, given that x minus 3 is a factor of x cubed minus 7x squared plus 7x plus 15, find the remaining two factors. All right, so this factor is x minus 3. And so what we can do, remember, is use synthetic division to divide out this factor to see what's left over. So in synthetic division, remember, I'm going to set it up like this, where I have my 0. So positive 3 is going to be on the outside here. And then I'm going to put my coefficients of each term here. You just want to make sure you have coefficients for all terms. So you need an x cubed, an x squared, an x, and a constant. So I have 1 is my first coefficient, negative 7 is my second, positive 7 is my third, and 15 is my fourth. So remember to do synthetic division. We first drop down that first number, and I'm going to do 3 times 1 to get 3. Then I add up and down. Negative 7 plus 3 is negative 4. I multiply again. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, and I add up and down. So I get negative 5. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15, and I add up and down. Notice this last number is 0. That's good. That's my remainder. Okay. And so this leaves me with what I have left over after I factor out x minus 3. So remember, this is my constant term, this is my x term, and this is my x squared term. So after I factor out x minus 3, okay, I'll show this. I'm left with 1x squared minus 4x minus 5. Okay. And so what's left over here, I need to factor some more to find the remaining 2 factors. So this is a setup for Xbox method. So I have negative 5 in the top and negative 4 here. 2 numbers that multiply to get negative 5 and add to get negative 4 is positive 1 and negative 5. And so to write my final factored form, I have x minus 3 times x plus 1 times x minus 5. And so this is my full factored form. Those were my other 2 factors.